आज हम लोग आ चुके हैं अफ्रीकन लॉन सफारी जो कि हैमिल्टन में है और मेरे साथ हैं गोल्डी, सूरज, साहिल, सचिन भाई। तो अभी पूरे 9 बजे की यहाँ एंट्री थी, हम 9:30 हुए हैं, सही टाइम पे पहुँच गए। आओ जो बैठते हैं, जल्दी निकलते हैं, लेट ना हो जाए। सो यहाँ पे जो हम लाइन में लग चुके हैं, कार से एंट्री है। अडल्ट की $50 है प्लस टैक्स है और चिल्ड्रन की है 3 से 12 साल के, तो विद टैक्स भी लगेगा 20 में। तो सभी लोग यहाँ से गाड़ी में जा रहे हैं। हम भी प्रॉपर टाइम पे पहुँच चुके हैं, सही टाइम पे 9:30 बजे वो आ गए थे। सो यहाँ पे 5 लोगों की जो हमारी टिकट लगी है टोटल विद टैक्स के, वो है 282.22 और साथ में इन्होंने एक बुकलेट दी है ताकि अंदर का जितना भी है वो सारा मैप वगैरह, सारी पॉलिसी, टर्म्स, कंडीशन, क्या क्या डिटेल्स हैं वो सारा इसमें हम देख सकें। आते ही सबसे पहले हमने स्नैक जूस पिया, इसके बाद हम घूमना शुरू करेंगे। तो यहाँ एंट्रेंस के बिल्कुल पास से यहाँ पे आपके पास 2 ऑप्शन होते हैं सफारी में, या तो आप अपनी कार से जा सकते हैं या बस से जा सकते हैं। तो हमने बस से जाने का फैसला लिया था। तो यहाँ बस की टिकट आपको मिल जाएगी, लगभग $6 है विद टैक्स। और हर 15 मिनट के बाद जो है बस है, जो हमारी बस है वो है 10:30 बजे, गेट नंबर 3 से 5 लोगों के लिए। तो अभी हम यहाँ से बस से रवाना करेंगे। गाड़ी का अभी हमने इसलिए नहीं लिया, फर्स्ट टाइम आ रहे हैं और अंदर कितना डैमेज गाड़ी हो सकती है जानवरों की वजह से, तो इसलिए हम अभी रिस्क नहीं ले रहे हैं गाड़ी से जाने का। तो हम लोग यहाँ पे अभी गेट नंबर 5 से अपने 3, 4, 5 उधर है, हाँ 5 से गेट नंबर 3, सॉरी यहाँ से आइए ये। तो गेट नंबर 3 से हमारी अभी बस है, तो हम बस से ही जाएंगे फिलहाल आज। नेक्स्ट टाइम आएंगे एक बार, अभी पता लग जाएगा अंदर कि कितना डेंजर है, गाड़ी ले जा सकते हैं नहीं, कि जानवर हैं। तो उसमें साफ इंस्ट्रक्शन लिखी हुई हैं कि अगर आप लोग गाड़ी से जाते हैं और गाड़ी डैमेज हो जाती है किसी भी जानवर की वजह से, तो उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है, वो आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है। सुबह के 10:30 हो गए और हमारी बोर्डिंग स्टार्ट हो चुकी है और हम अभी बस में बैठने लगे हैं। थैंक यू।
Absolutely no eating, drinking, or smoking while on the safari tour bus. Also, I do ask that we please remain seated for the duration of the tour. Now, African Lion Safari was founded in the name of conservation and education, bringing success for the past 54 years. And this is a friendly reminder that all the animals that we'll see here today are wild. So you're going to be able to see llamas on both sides of the bus here. Now, the llama is a South American relative to the camel, even though they do not possess a hump. Now, llamas read up, and when these guys are angry, they like to spit. So if you're looking closely at their heads, you can see their eyes are situated on both sides, and this allows the animal to see in all directions. So yes, the llama can even see behind himself. We trace back more than 6,000 years, so this makes them one of the oldest breeds of cattle in the world. And these guys can be both spotted or solid. Since 7,500 cheetahs left in the wild today, and there's only been limited success in the captive breeding of this rare species. On the fence here, now this cat is border between. The male lion of this pride, and his name is Bagheer. So we can tell Bagheer is the male because he has this really large mane that surrounds his head and neck area. Now the mane's function is to make him look more impressive to the females, but also are still considered the supreme hunters of the savannah. Now it is the lioness that does all the hunting for her pride, and she can bring down prey that weigh up to 1,000 pounds, which is double her weight. So the pride cautiously surrounds the prey, and she quickly goes in for the kill, which is generally just one bite to the neck. That's all it takes for her. These guys can live all the way up to 25 years, maybe a little more, although in the wild they don't tend to live more than 10 years as a result of being injured by their prey. And these guys can leap as far as 35 feet. So if you look to the left, there is a lioness that's up and moving right now.
अब देखो
मास्क रखा है
हाँ अब लो यार
ऐसा लग रहा है स्पेशली हेलो रुक ले रहा है
मैं गोविंद दिखा रहा हूँ
Bavani lion country. So this is where you guys get to meet our pride of rare white lions. Now these lions are just like the ones we saw in section 2, except for the So according to African folklore from over 400 years ago, these lions are children of the sun sent to earth as gifts. They now exist in the region of South Africa known as Timbavani. Now, a number of white lions have been returned to the wild, although unfortunately there's actually less than 300 white lions worldwide. And the greatest population exists in China. They like to hide, and we don't get the opportunity to see them very often. Birth, and each baboon has his or her place within the ranking. So females inherit ranking from their moms, and the male's ranking is open to challenge. So this means they fight to see who the strongest baboon is, and he becomes the leader of the troop. So do you guys see that baboon that's sitting on the left-hand side of the tree? He's just sitting down. Now we do caution our visitors not to open their windows. The baboons do seem very playful and friendly, but they can be extremely dangerous. They have really sharp teeth and they're best left to our professional staff. Although these guys are primarily vegetarians, they like to eat succulent roots and fallen fruit from trees, but they'll also consume small prey like little birds and mice and even insects. And they also have cheek pouches, just like chipmunks, and this allows them to store large amounts of food for later consumption. So communication between baboon troops is quite complex, as it be expected from such a highly social animal. So sometimes we'll see them picking at each other, and this is a form of grooming to help remove any insects or fleas from their fur, but it also acts as an important form of social bonding.
क्या बात है
So it's that baby right there that you see, that's 7 months old. Buses. So she's checking all the cars and buses over this reserve. These are called the Barbary sheep. So the Barbary sheep inhabit the Rocky Mountains of northern Africa, but these guys live singly or in small groups. And they are very excellent climbers. We'll see them standing on the rock. You're going to see these large brown animals. So hanging out next to the eland, you're going to see these white animals with a patch of brown hair on their chests, which resemble a scimitar, which is an Asian sword with a curved blade. Now these guys have really cool adaptations. They can increase their body temperature to 47 degrees Celsius, which helps increase their perspiration rate, preventing water loss. And they also have a set of specialized kidneys. They're very well adapted to life in the Sahara Desert, as they could survive their entire lives without water. And this is because they receive enough moisture from the So on the left-hand side, you can see our herd of zebras just hanging out with one of our giraffes. Now, zebras are white with black stripes, And the purpose of those stripes is to help the animal cope with severe heat of Africa. So those black stripes absorb the heat of the sun, while the white stripes reflect the heat. Now their sturdy legs allow them to run as fast as 65 kilometers per hour. So if you see that giraffe that's approaching the Safari Tour Bus windows, well, her name is Safari, and she's the second giraffe in the world to be born through artificial insemination. So Safari's about 6 years old now, and she's a very social one. She's the one that likes coming up to the windows. So rhinos are strictly vegetarians, and they can take 70 to 80 bites per minute. So they chew really, really fast. And they're actually very peaceful animals on their feet after birth, with the record being just under 3 minutes. So their nostrils have little flaps of skin that covers it, and this is because they like to travel. These ones look like males, and the males have these larger horns and a long mane at their chest, kind of like a big beard. So we are now approaching. So these guys are referred to as the watchtowers of the Serengeti. Not only can they see above everything, but giraffes have amazing eyesight, so they can see far distances as well. So here at Safari, we often see these giraffes lying down as they feel very comfortable and not threatened. Although in the wild, it is very rare to see a giraffe lying down without another giraffe standing close by to keep watch for predators. Now these guys are born at 6 feet tall, but a fully grown giraffe is close to 20 feet tall, and they weigh 2,000 to 3,000 pounds. It's long, and it's a purplish black in color, which protects it from sunburning when they're feeding. Now the giraffe's tongue is so long, they'll even clean their own ears and nose using their tongue. Now although these guys are so tall and awkward looking, they're from. Giraffe comes from the Arabic word meaning the graceful one. So these guys sleep as little as 30 minutes a day, and they'll actually sleep while standing. A mother giraffe will even give birth while standing, so the newborn's first experience. Are the largest members of the wild goat family. The females have these short little horns. The males have these really cool long spiraling horns. So I don't see any males right now. Now these guys are very excellent climbers, and they have no problem maneuvering the steep cliffs of Asia. Antlers, and the males are actually capable of growing 2 pairs a year. So the first pair will fall off by August, and the second pair, if they do appear, fall off by November. Because antlers are not permanent, they are shed once a year. So you'll see the prairie bison over on our left-hand side here. Yeah, we did have quite a small waist of maturity. A fully grown male bison could tip the scales at around 3,000 pounds. Now these incredible herbivores can live 12 to 15 years in the wild, although in conservation, like here at Safari, these guys can live all the way up to 30 years old. Now you may notice their fur looks very patchy in some areas, and that's because in the springtime they begin to shed and lose their heavy coats. And during this period we often see them rolling around in the dirt, as the rubbing action helps them get rid of some of their old fur, but the dirt also helps protect their skin from insects. Now at one time there was an estimated 70 million bisons from the earth. Unfortunately, these guys did go extinct for a full decade and can only be found in conservation or protected areas.
Why are they just in the lakes?
They grow as much as 1 inch per day during the summer season, and by August can reach their fully developed length of a little over 3 feet. To an end, as you exit the reserves, I encourage our bird and mammal performances, which are
चलो भी डांड पुंडरी कैथल वाले
जानवर को भोंगे दिन हो गया ना
डांड पुंडरी कैथल वाले
डांड पुंडरी पुंडरी कैथल 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 पेवा
अगला चक्कर मैं बस में लेके चलता हूँ।
सो जिस पॉइंट से हमने स्टार्ट किया था उसी पॉइंट पे हमें उतार दिया गया है। यहाँ पे दूसरे जोन में जाएंगे। तो अभी हमारा लंच का टाइम हो गया, हम लंच करने जा रहे हैं और गोल्डी देखते हैं हमारे लिए क्या कुछ खाना लेके आए हैं।
एक नंबर की चीज लेके आया सबके लिए, एक नंबर।
गोल्डी भाई की ड्यूटी थी खाना लाने के लिए, देखते हैं गोल्डी भाई क्या लेके आए हैं।
सबसे मेन चीज है
गोल्डी को इतनी एक्साइटमेंट थी आने की कि गोल्डी को ड्यूटी थी खाना पैक करने की, कल लेट ना हो जाए तो सारा कुकर उठा ले आए।
क्या बात है।
ठीक है
अच्छी है ना,
सही है। ये वाटर एक्टिविटी है यहाँ पे, काफ़ी अच्छी है, बड़ों की नहीं है बच्चों की है। निकल गया। सो नेचर बॉय सीनिक रेलवे की तरफ जाएंगे अब हम। ये अच्छा है, आ जाएंगे बहुत बढ़िया है।
माता वैष्णो देवी की जैसे लाइनें लगी हुई हैं यहाँ।
और अच्छा
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Adventures in the Grove. My name is Alyssa, and I'm going to be a tour guide as we travel along the nature reserve today. And a couple things I ask everyone is actually to keep your arms and legs long and in each train. There's some poisonous plants and objects touching as we travel through. I also ask if you have any remain seated at all times. If you guys drop something on the tracks, do not try to get it yourself. I will get it for you on my next run out. So again, no standing at any point in time. And I also ask, no eating, drinking, smoking, or vaping, with the exception of water on the train. Please and thank you. And let's get our cameras ready and our eyes open and get a little sweet to see today. And the good news is an excellent hunter and will wade the water very carefully with his focus legs and lead rodents. Double tracks and some one up to the left. And the beacon is the case of the contact regulation. I'm sure you've seen it. And they do it for a reason, so that way when the goose in front gets tired, they can... From Alaska to the Rocky Mountain States, the trumpeting swan got its name by the trumpeting sound that it makes during flight. And they're easily distinguished by the straight publishing first transmission railway back in 1863 to 18. because they have very delicate skin. So when you think about it, it's their form of sunblock. And with these guys with maturity, they can get to a weight of up to 10,000 pounds. And if you guys want a closer look at them, you're more than welcome to visit our elephant lookout, which is located to the right-hand side of the path after you exited. And also, if you have any questions about the tour or safari in general, you can let me know. I'll gladly answer them for you. But other than that,
ये देख, हाँ उल्टे लटक रहे देख
बेटे।
ये बहुत बड़ा साइज है इनका।
गुड मॉर्निंग।
इससे बड़ा ये इसी में छोटा जुगा है। अरे ये लिखा हुआ होगा यहाँ पे बोर्ड का। कछुआ, ये कछुआ रहा वो क्या है? ये तो कछुआ तो ये रहा।
Very nice, Mo. What do you think of these parrots?
Yeah, Mo here is pretty lucky. He gets to sleep about 18 hours a day.
Oh, there's the green one.
He got a red tail.
देखा एक कलरफुल है पूरा। यहाँ पे दोपहर के 2 बजे शो होगा, यहाँ पब्लिक होगी और यहाँ पे पैरेट का शो होगा, लेकिन उसका टाइमिंग जो है वो 2 बजे की है। तो देखते हैं देख पाएंगे कि नहीं, तब तक हम दूसरी जगह चलें फिर। हम बोलते हैं तो ट्रेंड है।
जय श्री राम।
How are you? How are you?
उन्हीं की बातें बोलेगा।
अगर पूछ लो
इंग्लिश में 2 बजे बोलेंगे, वो 2 बजे बोल लेंगे अपने टाइम पे।
बाय बोल दिया, चलो।
गोल्डन ईगल।
हाँ, टेलर सी ईगल। धूप से बचने के लिए, गर्मी से बचने के लिए फुहार है ठंडी ठंडी, और गोल्डी और सूरज भाई मजे ले रहे हैं।
मजा आ गया।
वो शो शुरू
हो रखा है।
कौन सा?
वो देखो।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, चलो 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 चलो।
1 बजे शुरू हो जाएगा।
यहाँ पे 3 शो हैं। पैरेट का था, दूसरा कौन सा था उसका पता नहीं, और तीसरा ये वाइल्ड वंडर्स का एक शो है। इनकी टाइमिंग है, अभी ये 2 बजे शुरू होगा।
1 बजे।
1 बजे? हाँ 1 बजे शो
कितना
है।
टाइम हो गया?
ये रहा, तो 1 बजे शो है, उसके बाद 3 बजे फिर 5 बजे है। टॉप क्लास क्या करेगा? स्टेडियम यहाँ पे भरा हुआ है क्योंकि जो लोग अभी आए हैं इनका टाइमिंग मैच हो गया शो के साथ।
Now we know that Jimmy here is a tortoise because he is better adapted to living on land as opposed to turtles that are better adapted to living in water. Now leopard tortoises are native to the continent of Africa and are the 4th largest species of tortoise in the world. They have adapted to live in a variety of different habitats. Now those big, strong legs of theirs do serve in the southern part of the U.S. Now these guys love to eat insects, making them great for insect control. However, they do have very poor eyesight, so they rely heavily on their sense of smell and the whisker-like hairs you might see on their abdomen to stay the species. And also they create quite a bit of a challenge with them to find food and other food resources, resulting in those declined populations. Now from the back is Crojo, and he is our expert recycler here at Safari. Now Crojo is an African pied crow, which is a species that you might find out and about in Africa. But just like their North American counterparts, they do tend to have a bad reputation for being seen as gross and disgusting birds. This is often due to the fact that they are found eating on garbage or on roadkill. But this could not be more far from wrong, as they are actually a very smart species of bird that are just taking advantage of an easy meal that we leave behind for them. Not only that, but as they're eating away, they're also helping eliminate any bacteria or viruses that might be left behind, keeping us, other plants, and other animals within that ecosystem safe. Now, as you can see, Crojo is quite passionate about recycling, and so are we here at Safari, which is why we have switched to biodegradable straws from plastic to paper bags, and some of the park benches you might have sat on today were made from recycled milk jugs. So as Crojo departs, his final message is always to reuse, reduce, and recycle, because if a crow can do it, then I think so can we. Let's hear for crows. Or frugivores like Easton. This just means that he'll drink those fruit juices and then he'll spit out the pulp containing the seed. The seed will grow into new vegetation, and that is how he participates in. Well, she loves to eat a variety of different rodents, which makes her great for rodent control. Animal, which means that she loves to be awake during the night and sleep all day long. But I would say that she has done an excellent job still making an appearance, so let's show her our appreciation. This is Annabelle, and she is a Tamandua, otherwise known as a lesser anteater. Now, she's not smelling too bad out here for us today, but don't let that fool you, as she can actually release a stench 4 times stronger than a skunk.
How heavy is it?
She's probably about 3 to 5 pounds. You 3 to 5? And then shed her skin typically as well. Not every single one that she sheds, but for the most part. But she does get about a rat up here. Yeah, that's all they need pretty much. No. Pounds I want to go with. She's pretty light. You could hold her with one hand. You can't hold her. You can't touch her. I'm sorry. How big does she get?
Female ball pythons can get up to 6 feet, and then males 3.5. So she.
बोल सच्चे दरबार की जय।
इसके बेचारे के प्रॉब्लम है ना, या तो मर जाता होगा इससे। तो यहाँ एंट्रेंस के बाद सबसे पहले सफारी टूर लेने के बाद उसके बाद हम कीनिया गेट में एंटर किए, और उसके बाद यहाँ पे क्या ये ट्रेन का
ये अंडर ये बोट का, ये अंडर बोट का
ना
क्या?
बोट का नहीं है, ये ट्रेन का, ये लिया था हमने। उसके बाद ये सारे पैराडाइज और ये बंद था ठीक है। और वाइल्ड वंडर का देखने के बाद हमारा सिर्फ एक बचा है, ये बोट वाला जो ये सामने है यहाँ पे ये दिख रहा है, ये बोट है, इसको हमने कैंसिल कर दिया है क्योंकि इसमें एक तो टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा कंज्यूम है और इधर सिर्फ बर्ड्स है यहाँ पे, कोई ज़्यादा बहुत लंबा नहीं है, बहुत छोटा ही एरिया है ये, बिल्कुल पास में ही। तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ बर्ड्स दिखा रहे हैं ये। तो हमने ये कैंसिल कर दिया है बोट का क्योंकि ये छोटा सा एरिया है, इसमें बर्ड्स हैं और टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा लग रहा है। तो वैसे भी हम इच्छा नहीं है, अभी मन नहीं है जाने का किसी का, तो हमने इसको कैंसिल कर दिया। तो फाइनली हमारा टूर डन हो चुका है। तो आज का रिव्यू में यही बताएंगे हम कि मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि भाई आपको एक तो सबसे पहले सवेरे 6 बजे उठने की ज़रूरत नहीं है और गोल्डी की तरह कुकर में जल्दबाजी में घर खाना पैक करके लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। आराम से फैमिली के साथ आए, टाइम बहुत होता है, आधे दिन में आप इसको पूरे को वंडरलैंड को क्या ये लॉन सफारी को आप कवर कर लेंगे। तो आप इसको लगभग आधे दिन के अंदर आराम से आना जाना, जैसे हम ब्रैम्पटन से आए हैं, माल्टन से आए हैं, तो आधे दिन के अंदर आपका आना जाना और यहाँ घूमना फिरना हो जाएगा आराम से। तो जल्दबाजी करने की जरूरत नहीं है कि सुबह जैसे हम वंडरलैंड में होता है कि सुबह 9 बजे चले जाना, क्योंकि बहुत बड़ा है, वहाँ टाइम एक दिन में आप सारा कंप्लीट नहीं कर सकते। तो इसको आप इजीली कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं और एक दिन में एक शेड्यूल बनाएं, कुछ और प्रोग्राम ना बनाएं और अपनी फैमिली के साथ आएँ ताकि हैक्टिक शेड्यूल ना हो और अच्छे से आप इंजॉय कर सकें। तो गाइस मिलते हैं अगले व्लॉग में। आज का दिन काफ़ी अच्छा रहा, आधा दिन हो गया, हालांकि अभी हम लेक वगैरह पे जाएंगे और तब तक मिलते हैं अगले व्लॉग में। तब तक आप अपना और अपने परिवार का ध्यान रखें।